Hi guys, how are you? Um, because of public demand, actually, I've had quite a number of guys asking me to do a video on Retailman, which is basically a point of sale system. And yeah, I decided to respond. So, guys, let's kick it off. Let's start. So, the first thing that you're gonna do is that you'll need to install the Retailman application. And for my case, it's already installed. Actually, it's here. So I'm going to double click on it just to open it. The the window that comes up reminds you to register. That is, if you have not yet registered. And for my case, or our case, we'll continue evaluating this. But for those of you who will go ahead and purchase this particular point of sale system, then definitely I'm going to share with you um, these details. Basically, the product key, which is usually mapped to the company name. So in a situation where we had these details, then definitely you will have clicked on I have already registered and key in the information that we would have supplied to you, and of course click OK, and that is it. Now in this case, we shall go with this option. I want to continue evaluating Retailman POS. So select that and then click OK. Actually, I had pre-configured this system earlier on, so there is a password for a user, actually called a master user. So I'm gonna key that in. Yeah, then press enter. Oops, sorry. Let me repeat it again. Enter. Yes, there we are. So warning, error number 1102. And of course, all that. This is basically coming up because of we have not registered this particular product, that's why you are getting this. So I'll choose to ignore, click on ignore, and I'll get the system setup window popping up. I'm going to close that. That is actually for another day. And I'm going to maximize it for good visibility. And from there, my emphasis is going to be on how we can make a sell from this particular system. So like the particular point where we are supposed to be making cells, it's this particular screen, which is the point of sale screen. You can see that like the moment I hover over that icon, you're able to see the particular notification. And above okay, like on this area, we have the POS, of the sales, stock, purchase, and all that all the way to help. Now, our main interest will be this particular screen. And of course, this particular screen, importing and exporting. Now, of course, before you begin selling, you are supposed to have some kind of data which has already been imported in the system. So let us do that. Let us key in, let us import some data first of all before we can begin selling. So how do you go about that? There are several options, but I'm going to go with the easy option. The easy one being importing data from an Excel spreadsheet. So I'll go ahead and launch Microsoft Excel. Mine is version, that is Microsoft Excel 2010. You could be having a different one, probably later or maybe earlier. And that doesn't matter, it's still gonna work irrespective. So once you are there, I'm gonna go to the first column, that is column A, and probably I'm gonna prefer using caps lock. Just type in part number. Go to the second column B and type in details. Go to the third one, sorry, type in details 1. Go to the fourth one, type in quantity in stock. I'll just use quantity. And then cost, which is the buying price, and then retail, which is the selling price. So far we have 6 columns. And below part number, I'm going to create some unique codes. Now, this is not limited to numbers. It can be anything that you think of. Actually, this is uniquely it's basically unique to your kind of business, or probably what you want to achieve, what you want to do. So for my case, I'll just go with numbers. So I'll use 001, and you see that when I press the enter key, Excel tends to throw off the leading zeros. So for me to be able to retain the leading zeros, then I think I'll have to do some kind of formatting. So I'll format this particular row, format cells. Just right click and then click on, of course, format cells. Then I want to have this in the category of text. Click OK. So I can do that again, and you'll see that we are still returning the leading zeros. So I'll do 002, then I'll do 003, enter. And then after that, of course, the details, assuming this is a pharmacy or maybe a chemist, let me have the first item being Panadol, second item being Piriton, then third item maybe being Amoxil. This is just random, but I'm going to expand that column to make sure everything fits in. Details 1, for this column I'm going to leave it blank. Go to quantity. Panadol, I'll assume that probably our supplier brought in 500, Piriton 500, Amoxil maybe 450, and the costs, I'm gonna pick up some random buying price. For Panadol, let me use 2.5 shillings, that is per piece. Selling price 5 shillings per piece, and for Piriton 0.5 per piece. For the buying price, for the selling price, I'll use 1 shilling per piece, and for Amoxil, for the buying price, maybe I'll check over, say, 3 shillings per piece, and selling price, let me check off maybe 7 shillings per piece. So it's just random figures, not the actual prices. So once all this is in place, I'll have to save this particular file. So I'm going to click on File, then Save As, and then kindly one thing that you need to note in this particular window is that, of course, I'll have to get a destination folder that I'll be saving this particular stock file, and I'll have to give it a name. So I'll go with maybe My Documents. That's okay by me, and then for the name, I'm gonna call it Stock April. Let me just use Stock June. We are in June. And then for the save as type, this is gonna be Microsoft Excel 5.0/95 workbook. Now, what you need to note is that if you don't do this, if you don't use this format, it's not gonna work. So make sure you use this. Then I'm gonna click on Save. So we have our file saved in My Documents as Stock June. So make sure that you close this file. And before I close it, just note the order that I've actually placed the headers in. So we have, like, now part number is the leading one, followed by details 1, quantity, cost, and then lastly retail. This order will be very significant, so kindly just take note of it. So I'm going to close this. And once I've done that, the next thing is now to import the file. Basically, import the file into our point of sale system. So I'll do that. I'll click on maintenance. Then I'll go to item number 3 under maintenance, which is import stock export. Click on that. And then I'll choose the data file. By default, stock remains to be that. Then I'll have to choose the fields required. So the first field will be part number. Second one will be details. Kindly note that I'm double clicking. Third one, details 1. And then fourth one will be quantity. Then fifth one will be cost. And then the other one will be retail. So we have all that in place. So the operation will be import, file type Excel, file to import from. So choose the location where you save the file. And then I'll choose the file which is stock June. Click on it, select rather, then click on OK. Once done, I'm gonna come to this particular table right below. I'm gonna click on this checkbox. Let's click on it, and of course, once you do that, all the data that is on the Excel file will be displayed on the screen. Make sure that you've not checked this very fast box, the checkbox, which basically stands in for the header items. You don't need them. Then the last thing, make sure that you've closed the Excel. If it's, again, still open, your operation is going to abort at this point. So make sure you've closed it. Then just click on the import button. So done. 3 records imported to the database. 0 exceptions, duplicates were encountered. So you're good to go. Click OK. Ignore again. Remember, it's actually popping up this error because of activation. So just choose to ignore, close. Now let us go back to the point of sale screen. Click there. Let us begin with the first part number, or the first code, which is 001. If I press enter, you can see it's Panadol, and on hand we have 500 pieces available. So let us assume we want to sell 3 of these. So let me just sell 10 of them. 10 pieces. Press enter. Each piece at 5 shillings, so the total is 50 shillings. Fantastic. So we go to the third item again. So let me sell 15 of the third item. 15 of the third item. So that is a Moxil, that item. I'm going to sell 15 of this. On hand, kind of remember we have for 50. Next time you're selling, we should find a figure which is less by 15. So I'm going to press enter. By the price is 7 bob, and for 15 pieces it's going to be 105. So I'm going to continue pressing enter on the keyboard. This field selected, this cash paid. This is basically the amount of money that you're receiving from the customer. So assuming the customer is actually giving a 200 shilling note, I just type 200 shillings, and here we are. This one indicates that this is the change that you're supposed to be giving back to the customer. So I'm going to press enter. So when I do that, our sale is complete. Assuming that our computer was connected to a thermal printer, then a receipt should have been printed by now. And the system is ready for the second cell. As you can see here, this is today's date. Okay, so I can go ahead and close this. I'm going to ignore, close that again. And if I go back, like remember, item number 1, that was 001. We sold 10 of them. They were 500. So 500 minus 10 is 490. So you can see this is actually taking care of the inventory. Yeah? We're good to go. If we check the other item, which was 003, again, that is a Moxil. Remember, it was 450. Right now it's 435. So inventory taken care of. Or we close that. And yes, I want to abort. I'm going to click yes. I'm going to ignore. At the end of the day, you want to see your sales. Just click on daily sales reports. All these are manner of reports, but I'll go by this. Click on that. All these, leave it at the default. If you did sell anything on invoice, of course, you're going to check this. For our case, nothing. So I'm going to click on screen. And that is our sale for today. We sold Panadol and Moxil at this rate. So we can comfortably cancel this. And again, ignore. For our stock items, if I click on stock, I can also add a modified stock. Let me go with the Panadol, which was 0001. Click on that. We have Panadol. I can also track the expiry date if I wish to do that. Yep. So on this end, it will show you, of course, all these details. Last sold date, which is today, definitely. The last cost, and of course the average cost appears there. The quantity on hand appears there. You can have a history of the same product. You can also have a picture if you so wish. So I think with that, that is quite good information for today. So we close that and I ignore. So when I cancel and time to exit, see I'm gonna click on exit button and wanna back up, do that. Don't want, just click on exit, yes. And that is it. Thank you for watching. Welcome again.